Hello, hello. Welcome to New Moon in Pisces New Moon Gathering. I am so excited to have you here with me live, or if you are joining me on the video later, that is amazing as well. So first, I just want to go over the difference between the full moon and the new moon. So the full moon, which we just did a couple weeks ago, is a time for celebration. It's to go, oh, this is all the stuff that's going right. Woohoo! And to support each other in and hold that energy for each other. The new moon is about manifesting and creating things that you want to have in your life. And when I say manifesting, I don't mean it in like the secret kind of way. The secret is missing a key piece of the way that I believe the universe works. It's not like manifestation is not just you sit and you go, oh, I want this to happen. And so I'm just going to focus on it and it will happen. You have to be a partner with the universe. Yes, Sunny. Sunny agrees. You have to partner with the universe. You have to do actions. And if you are meant to have that thing you're trying to manifest in your life, you will have it. But if you're not meant to have it, nothing in the world you can do is going to make you manifest it into your life. So that with that understanding, tonight is the new moon in Pisces, and it's also a supermoon. And supermoons enhance the power of whatever moon they fall in. So for this one, it's a boost in our ability to work with the energy of Pisces and to use that energy to manifest change in our lives. And one way to do that is through ceremonies like this one, which is rooted in Judaism with aspects of astrology, shamanism, and cartomancy, which isn't just a fancy word for card reading, thrown in. So the new moon ceremonies that I do are derived from the Jewish holiday of Rosh Chodesh, which means head of the month. Now remember, the Jewish calendar is lunar, so the first day of the month is the new moon, unlike the solar-based calendar that we use in daily life. So this is a minor holiday that traditionally was a time for women to come together in community and support each other. Each month has a different focus based on the Jewish calendar. So this new moon in Pisces, begins the month of Adar, which is the month we celebrate Purim. And so for those who are not familiar, Purim is the story of how Esther helped her people overcome the persecution of Haman, who wanted to kill all the Jews. And just really briefly, so the deal is Esther was married to the king, but the king did not know that she was Jewish. And so when Haman, his trusted advisor, came and said, the Jews are responsible for all the problems, kill all the Jews, Esther was afraid that all of her relatives would be killed, and also for herself. And Queen Vashti was very, maybe Esther worked for Vashti. I forget exactly. Forgive me. I'm not fully up to speed on the story. It's been a long time since I've gone to a Purim celebration. But at any rate, Queen Vashti was very much in favor of this. And Esther took it upon herself to fast and purify herself and then approach the king and say, you can't do this. My people are Jewish. And so the king changed his mind and instead hung Haman instead of hanging all the Jews. And so it's a very joyous holiday. There's parades and parties and noisemakers. And when we say Haman's name during the reading of Esther's story, we all go, boo. And when we say Esther's name, we all cheer, yay. It's a very fun celebration. But it's also a reminder that change is inevitable. And it can be a good thing, provided we move through them planfully and mindfully. The Jewish people during Esther's time were sure that once again, they were going to be destroyed, that somebody was coming after them. But at the last minute, thanks to Esther's bravery, they were saved. And so that is all part of this energy that we can work with during this particular new moon. So as we get ready to begin our new moon gathering, think about some areas of your life where you would like to experience more joy. Now, ideally, both the full moon and the new moon gatherings will be held outside. But for a variety of reasons, for this one, we're just doing it virtually. Ideally, like I said, we'd be outside and local to where I live in the Denver area. All ceremonies conducted by me and Spark Consciousness are always drug-free, alcohol-free, smoke-free, and scent-free, because I am one of those people who's hypersensitive to all of that. So thank you so much for joining me. And now let's begin. So I always like to start with these, actually, let me show you the cards, with these Moonology cards, if you can see them here. Yes, Sunny. And so for this month, we have new moon in Pisces. which is this. And you can see it says meditate and contemplate. And that makes sense, right? Like Esther went into that meditation and that fast in order to purify herself to prep for what she needed to do. And this is a time for us to prep for what's coming next. And it makes sense because Pisces is mutable. So as a mutable moon, it means that nothing is yet set in stone. And it's a new moon. So new beginnings are coming, change is happening. And you can see how that lines up with the story of Esther, and maybe how it's also lining up with what's happening in your life right now. There's some changes afoot. Maybe it's very minor. Maybe you're not even sure what's happening. Nothing's set in stone yet, but something's coming down the road. And it's time to just meditate and hold that vision and sit with that. And because it's a supermoon, your emotions about all of this may be running really high at the moment. And that's okay. It's part of the human existence to have those big emotions. Just do your best to roll with it and acknowledge that it's okay to feel your feelings. And I also like to try to draw cards from one more deck just to get a little more insight. So I'm going to use this deck tonight, and we'll see if there are any messages for us in it. While I'm giving these a shuffle, feel free to hit subscribe if you're liking this so far. I also encourage you to check out my website or my podcast or anything else that I'm putting out there in the world if you feel like this is helping you in any way or it just resonates for you. Or you know someone who might like it, please share it with them. Let's see if the cards have anything to say to us tonight. Maybe not. All right, well, moving on from that then, because sitting there watching me shuffle is boring. So with remembering what we did just see with the time to meditate and hold your vision and nothing set in stone yet, let's just all imagine joining hands in a circle. You can close your eyes if you want. You certainly don't have to. But let's just all imagine that we are joining hands in a circle so we're all connected. And then let's welcome in the spirit of the moon, the spirit of Pisces, and then any other helpers or guides you wish to invite. And then definitely invite yourself and your soul to fully embrace this ceremony. And let's just hold this for a few moments. All right, so now that we've come together in this place of unity, let's all share one or two areas where we would like to feel more joy in our lives this month. Feel free to type it in the comments. If you're comfortable, of course. Mine are my living situation. Apartment living is really wearing on me, and my day job. Someday, Spark Consciousness will be all the income I need, but until then, some joy in my day job that pays the bills would be really great. And again, feel free to share yours in the comments if you're comfortable, and if not, that's okay. Just keep them in your heart and in your head. All right, so to help us welcome joy in those areas and new beginnings in those areas that we just shared, while also remaining grounded, because that's a really important part of manifesting, of bringing anything new into your life, is connection to spirit, but also remaining grounded, because we live in earthly existence as humans. In this human body, we are not spirit, so we have to remain connected to the ground. So to make sure that we do that, we're going to do a little breathing ritual. And this is what it will look like. And then I'll count us through it. But just so that you know what to expect, we're going to inhale for 8 while holding the vision of that initial spark of joy, whatever that looks like for you. And then we'll hold for 4 while imagining our hearts filling with joy. And then exhale for 6 while we feel joy manifesting all the way through our bodies. And then we'll rest for 5 while holding the feeling of joy resonating through the group and beyond us. So are you ready? All right, so get comfortable. And again, close your eyes if you feel safe doing so. And then inhale that initial spark of joy for 8, 7, 6, And as you're doing this, bring to mind clear, pure air and a desire for spiritual connection. 2, 1. Now hold in this joy space for 4 and allow it to absorb into your body. And now release for 6, exhaling anything that no longer serves you and retaining all you need to become the best version of yourself. 2, 1. And now we rest for 5, feeling the peak of joy. Now let's repeat this together once more, and then you can also play this back and do it on your own or end with your own rhythm at any time that you would like. All right, so ready? Again, inhale that initial spark of joy for 8, 7, 6. Bring to mind clear, pure air and a desire for spiritual connection. 2, 1. Now hold this joy space for 4. Allow it to absorb all the way into your body. Release for 6, exhaling anything that no longer serves you and retaining all you need to become your best self. 2, 1. And now rest for 5, feeling that peak of joy. As you return to normal breathing, let's plant the intention within ourselves to carry this joyful feeling with you wherever you go. If you're comfortable, let me know in the comments how this breathing exercise felt for you. I can tell you that for me, it felt very settling. I don't feel quite so anxious. And that certainly is an aspect of joy, right? Is feeling settled and not so anxious. So I think that it definitely was helpful. All right. So now to close this out, we're going to all energetically join hands again. And once again, you can close your eyes if you wish, or if you've kept them closed all this time, that's great too. We're going to send a thank you to all of the spirits that we called upon in the beginning for their support, guidance, and love. And a big thank you to yourself and your soul for taking this time to honor all your hard work and to celebrate yourself and make space for the things you want to have in your life. That is a big thing, and not everyone does that for themselves. So give yourself a huge thank you for that. And once again, I thank all of you for joining me here during this gathering. I invite you to join me for full moon in Virgo on March 7th. If you are in the Denver area, I would love to see you in person. So definitely hop on my website so you can get signed up for that. And once again, if this gathering spoke to you in any way, I would love for you to hit subscribe so you can make sure not to miss a single video I put out there. I will see you soon. Namaste.